get weirder. The level of contradiction is going to rise excruciatingly, even beyond the excruciating present levels of contradiction. I think it's just going to get weirder and weirder and weirder, and finally it's going to be so weird that people are going to have to talk about how weird it is. And at that point, novelty theory can come out of the woods, because eventually people are going to say, what the hell is going on? It's just too nuts. It's not enough to say it's nuts. You have to explain why it's so nuts. I look for the invention of artificial life, the cloning of human beings, possible contact with extraterrestrials, possible human immortality, and at the same time, appalling acts of brutality, genocide, race baiting, homophobia, famine, starvation, because the systems which are in place to keep the world sane are utterly inadequate to the forces that have been unleashed. The collapse of the socialist world, the rise of the internet, these are changes so immense, nobody could imagine them ever happening. And now that they have happened, nobody even bothers to mention what a big deal it is. The mushroom said to me once, it said, this is what it's like when a species prepares to depart for the stars. You don't depart for the stars under calm and orderly conditions. It's a fire in a madhouse. And that's what we have, the fire in the madhouse at the end of time. This is what it's like when a species prepares to move on to the next dimension. The entire destiny of all life on the planet is tied up in this. We are not acting for ourselves or from ourselves. We happen to be the point species on a transformation that will affect every living organism on this planet at its conclusion.
This is really important. It's not just that the Israelites are supposed to go. And this is something which will be seen all through the books of Exodus. It's not just about freedom, which some people sometimes want to weaponize Exodus to talk about freedom. It is about freedom, but it's not just freedom. It's freedom from the tyrant in order to serve a higher purpose. And so it's leaving the Pharaoh, going to the wilderness to worship God. That is what they're asking the Pharaoh. And in some ways, that is why it is so dangerous for the Pharaoh. Because the Pharaoh wants the Israelites to just be a tool of his power. He wants the Israelites to be reduced to potential for his means. And if they now go out and worship the God of the Hebrews, at least the way it's presented in this case, it is dangerous for him because it will consolidate them as a people and it will become something like a challenge to his authority over them. And it's interesting because he says, I do not know God, right? It's like, I'm not connected to your God. I don't care about that. I will be your God. He doesn't say that, but it's like, I am your God. You do what I say. I don't want you to worship something else beside me.